Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.
Hello, guys, and welcome to show number 159. Have Renika here. Adrian should be here in a moment. And make sure that you're here. You're here to learn about wholesaling real estate, which gives you an opportunity to put real estate deals together, make money without using your cash or credit. But we will answer all real estate investing questions, some financial questions to our best ability. Make sure you like this, share it. We're live on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Periscope, and of course, YouTube. How's it going, Renikia?
Everything's good. How about you?
Oh, great. So we already got a few people already here in the comments, but again, guys, the format is you ask your questions and we answer them to our best ability to hopefully take you on this journey of getting paid. So we'll get in here. And and if you want to join us live and ask your questions on here on screen, on video, live, just go to comps101.com and select the red button that says join us live. So you can do that at comps101.com. And the reason we do that, number one, is makes it a little bit more interactive, and we can ask more questions to try to get to the root of your situation. All right, so we'll get into it. Just do a couple shout outs here. If anyone announce where they're located, which no one is doing that, please let us know where you're from. I got Ellis Berry here in Columbus, Mississippi. Deborah K in Indiana. BG Boosted. This is Brandon. Says in the Bay Area. That's what's up. Eric Corning is in Charlotte. We got Kimberly in Houston, James Gray in New Jersey. So yeah, okay, people shouting out where they're from. My bad. Spoke too soon. All right, so it's a little complicated question, but we'll start with this one from Carol Foster. Didn't announce where you were from, Carol, but we'll put it on the screen here. You can see that, baby girl? Okay. I would like for you all to talk about subject to deals, especially in comparison to traditional assumable loans. How many people are willing to leave the financing in place? Now, the actual technical side of putting a subject to together, really not my cup of tea. Have participated in a couple. But to answer your question about how many people will leave the financing in place, a lot. A lot. Depends on their level of motivation. Sometimes they just can't afford it anymore. Sometimes a situation where it may be a tired landlord, but he has a loan on it. Assumable mortgages are not out there in abundance. Years ago, mortgage companies got hip to that game. And they make most of their mortgages, especially in the residential side, non-assumable. Would you say that's pretty much standard practice?
Yeah, they want you to go back and just kind of refinance the thing into your name.
Yeah, they don't play that game. Now, you can still take a subject to or whatever, but as far as just assuming the mortgage, they don't. That really doesn't exist with no mortgage company. A little bit in commercial or whatever, but not, no.
And that's why subject twos are a lot easier, because it's like assuming without assuming.
Yeah.
Because the finance still stays in the seller's name. You're just purchasing it subject to the financing that you got to continue to make those monthly payments. But like you said earlier, it's one of those scenarios you just want to know how to do it if you come past it. But it's not one of those things that is just readily available in the market. You may get, those are onesies and twosies, scenarios that you may get, unless you just target like the pretty houses. with you targeting the nice looking homes that may be just a little bit underwater or whatever the case may be. And then you'll catch a lot of that for the more higher end homes as well.
Boom. All right. We'll go with I think I'm saying that Takia Washington. We'll just say T Washington. Hey y'all, is it possible to wholesale a property with a real estate agent without an earnest money deposit and proof of funds? I'm a newbie, just learned of this less than 2 months ago and don't have the extra money. Can you wholesale a property dealing with a real estate agent without any earnest money or any proof of funds?
9 times out of 10, no.
Yeah.
Or maybe probably 10.
Yeah, it's like winning the lottery. It's possible. It's possible,
Yeah.
but not likely.
Not likely.
I always advise newbies just avoid real estate agents, period. Even experienced individuals like myself, it's rare I do deals with real estate agents. It's just rare. Not saying that it's not possible. So now some people run their entire business that way, but you just have to know what you're doing. But to answer this question, if you don't have the EMD, proof of funds you can sort of get your hands on or whatever. The EMD, $500 or $1,000 is a struggle for a lot of people. Now you could possibly structure the deal a way to delay it or whatever, but at the end of the day, it's just a different animal dealing with real estate agents. I just recommend that newbies avoid dealing with agents. I know everyone wants to just go for the properties that are already for sale. They seem to be the low-hanging fruit. But just think about it. Now, you're not finding a secret now. You do know that, right? When an agent has a property, they're marketing it to the world, because it's going to be online in so many places, right? So you're not like you're finding a secret. Now, it is possible to negotiate a property that is listed into a deal, but now it gets into, now you got to have the right type of buyer, right? Because again, you haven't found anything that they can't find themselves. That's why you are valuable as a wholesaler. Now, I call them lazy buyers. And you'll actually run into some people that have the money. They know the properties out there online and they could do the same thing. They don't even want to do that. But those are so rare. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
So I call them lazy buyers. Those are so rare or whatever. So, but anyway, just to let you know that hopefully we answer the question. So James Gray, we'll go to him. Well, we'll answer his other question first. We'll just answer this one instead of that one. Is it good to look to wholesale properties with liens on them? What are the qualifying factors, if so?
I mean, that's a good question. So you wouldn't know if a property have a lien on it or don't have a lien on it until you really get to the closing table, unless the seller just discloses information. There are some contracts that ask the seller, regarding that or whatever, or just, it may just come up in your conversation. Do you have any liens or anything that clouds the title that we should know about? But of course, you cannot sell that property at the closing table without clearing all of the liens and without clearing that cloud on the title. So it has to be cleared no matter who pays for it. You can probably pay for it as the wholesale in the middle. The end buyer may decide to pay some, the seller may decide to pay some, but at the end of the day, someone has to pay it to close that property.
Boom. All right. Do you need a license to get into wholesaling in Texas?
No, you don't need a license to wholesale in any state. You don't need a license to wholesale in any state. Illinois has got something different going on out there.
Yeah, Illinois and Kansas. But we resolved that.
But it's not a license though. You have to do you just gotta be a real buyer. Right?
What am I saying? Oh, okay. All right, we got somebody that's want to go live with us. It's Charles. Charles, you up? Where you at, man? What am I saying? Oh, okay. All right, we got somebody that's want to go live with us. It's Charles. Charles, you up?
Oh,
where you at, man?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hey, we got somebody that want to go live with us. Take your volume out. Charles, you up?
Give me one moment. Let me just pause the live YouTube. All right, can you guys hear me?
We can hear you. Let it rip.
Hey, how you guys doing?
We're good.
Good. So, Renique, yeah, I really just want to pick your brains a little bit. Is that cool?
Absolutely.
So, I'm actually looking to do my first fix and flip. I'm actually looking to, closing my first deal pretty soon, my first property pretty soon. So I just had a few questions about, the whole process. For you personally, like, what do you feel or what do you consider to be like a good deal for your first fix and flip, especially using a business loan? Like, I would give you what I'm working with, the numbers and everything that I'm working with. Like, I kind of just want you to help guide me to just make sure that I'm doing this the correct way,
Let's talk about your numbers. What is your purchase price, your rehab, and your after repair value?
All right, I haven't locked it in, but me and the seller verbally agreed on $40K so far. Okay. As far as rehab, I'm estimated between 30 to 40. I haven't brought in an actual inspector or a contractor. I'm still working on that. But again, I'm just trying to make sure I do everything properly before doing anything else. So far, what I'm seeing, like the furthest comp that I'm getting is about 95, which I know for sure that's not necessarily a great deal. But at the same time, houses in that area, a lot of them is just not, they're being sold a little bit more, at least like 20, 30K more than what the house is actually valued. Now, I don't know if that can happen to me, but.
So you're saying the house is selling for 90,000 and that's overpriced, or other homes selling for 120?
Other houses in the area, they go for, let's just say, $100,000, and a lot of them, not even a lot of them, but a few of them or a couple of them are being sold for about 120 or probably 125.
Okay. I mean, if it sells for that, that means that's probably close to market value. It may be the fact that it may be a little bit bigger. The type of rehab, the quality of the rehab may be different in situations like that. They may add an extra bathroom. So you want to check and just make sure. Yours may be a 3-1. They may added a bathroom and made it a, and made it a 3-2. So just check the specs to see exactly what they did to get that 120. But in conservatively, I will go with the 95,000. So let's just do 95,000 times.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just saying, like, that's what I really want to do, is just go with that to be on the safer side.
Right. And anything else is icing on the cake, right? So what we'll do is multiply that 95,000 times, let's say 70%, which is 66.5. So that means you're all in to make that a good deal. All your all-in cost should fit within 66.5. So right, you say you have it under contract or looking to contract around 40,000. So I should check out that 40,000, at least 26.5 left for rehab.
Not too much. No, I was saying not too much. Not too much.
But you said about 30,000. You need about 30,000.
Right.
And I will always say this: it's easier to try to cut back on the price than to cut back on your rehab, because to try to get someone, I mean, you get what you pay for, right? And you don't want to, the rehab is very important, a very important piece of the puzzle. So it's easier to maybe cut back if you need an extra $4,000 or $5,000. See if you can get it for maybe 35. To cut back on the price, so you can add that extra money into the rehab.
Okay.
But your maximum would be around 66.5, and that's for your purchasing and your rehab.
Okay, yeah. That's honestly what I was thinking of. I haven't locked anything in the contract, and just me talking over this with my girlfriend and just running the numbers in my head, I already know, like, that's not something I really want to put myself into, but it's just a simple fact that I see other properties in the neighborhood selling for a little bit more, and I'm like, all right, I can probably stretch out this, the property a little bit more for me to make those numbers work. But again, those properties are selling for a little bit more. They're not the same exact, they don't have the same exact numbers as the other property, as a property that I'm working with.
What's the difference in the property that's selling for 120?
Square footage is a little bit more, not necessarily rooms. A lot of them are like 2-1s. Mine is a 2-1. I mean a 3-1. And a good thing about mine is the basement is actually open, so you can actually like renovate the entire basement if you.
And I will always say this: if you have a property that's a 2-1, 3-1, always make it a 3-2 or a 2-2, because it's easier to sell a property with 2 bathrooms and a property with 1. That means everyone, the master, the parents, and the kids have to function out of 1 bathroom, and just put yourself in that place. That's just unfun. It's easier to sell a 3-2 or 2 bathrooms than it is to sell 1. So when you're running your numbers, get your GC, your general contractor, to see how much it is to maybe add a bath in the master, or just add another bathroom into the property. So it just make it easier to sell a 3-2 than a 3-1 or a 2-1.
Okay, that makes sense. It's literally right across the street from
and then you probably can get close to that 120 if you add a bathroom.
Add another bathroom.
Yeah.
Okay. And then another question. Actually, there's a tenant in there right now, especially during these times. I don't want to really be rude and try to kick them out. So what me and the seller was coming to an agreement with is, compensating the tenant with something. This way she can come out, and because she has kids and whatnot. Again, during these times, I don't really just want to be an asshole about it. So it's trying to work something out. And if the tenant agrees with it, how would you structure the contract? So this way we know for sure that she comes out if she do agree on it,
Put it in the special steps. Whatever you and the original seller agree to, put in the special steps, because that's very important. You don't have to, that her lease agreement doesn't have to transfer with the sale. You can really start over. You can void it, or whatever the case may be. You don't have to grant that lease agreement. So is it important for her to get that situated before you all sell? And if the seller care about his tenant, it's very important for you all to kind of put that in the contract. You can just write that in the special stipulations, what you all come up with regarding the tenant. Just know if you're looking to do a fix and flip loan, you have 12 months to do it. I know we have a heart, but it's still business. So just be mindful of the fact that, you still have 12 months to flip your property.
Okay, because her own is actually currently month to month right now. So by October 1st, the lease is up. But then I called an attorney and I was asking more questions about it, and they told me that they're not forcing people, or they're not pushing people to leave, especially because of these times. So I was just figuring out the best way for us to just work something out, So that's why I asked about the contract.
Yeah. And just put it in the purchase agreement. If you want to grant it, feel free to.
Okay.
I would say probably if you do that, just recommend maybe doing an 18-month loan. If you qualify for it, I give you, some extra cushion to kind of get her out. At least give her 60 to 90 days to move. So I'd probably give her like 60 to 90 days if you can afford that. That's still generous. You don't have to give her. I mean, I think 90 days is enough time for someone to move.
90. Whew.
You don't think so?
There's enough time, but we're trying to get that going right now.
Hey, it's some good opportunities out there at least. I mean, people, trust me, she can find a great deal out there right now, because people are not able to pay their rent. So right. If she can pay, she can find a good deal out there.
Okay.
Maybe give her a first month or something. I don't know.
Okay, that's
I'm
fine.
more business.
What about, in your honest opinion, do you still think it's a good time to do fix and flips at this current stage?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, right now just the home sales are up 20%, and the reason being is because the loans, traditional loans right now is down to 2.5% right now. That's historically low. It was like 4.2, 4.5% prior to the pandemic. It's down to 2%. So homes are up 20% right now. But at the same time, only you know your market. Right. I don't know your market. Only you know if people are buying and selling in your market. You have to know your market to know if people are buying and selling in your market. And the properties are, there's still a high demand. I'm in Atlanta. There's always a high demand. So there's always people moving here. But this city has a lot more volatility than a lot of other cities. So you have to just research your markets and make sure it's a good time to buy in your market.
Okay, that sounds good. So we did get approved for the funding, which is awesome. So last question. The only thing is like when we actually sign up for it, officially sign up for it, how long does it take until funds is available?
Okay. For the real estate loan, it takes anywhere from 14 to 21 days.
The business credit loan. The business
The
credit
business loan takes anywhere from 7 to 10 days.
7 to 10 days. Okay. Yeah, what I was talking about as far as the getting approved. We went through your company and yeah. So
For the business, for the gap funding.
The gap funding. That's what I'm referring to. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, if you did, you definitely queue, and we should be speaking.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
All right, Chief. All right, so let's do some Instagram and TikToks. We'll start with TikTok. Money Man, what's up? Some Carl 2445. What's up, my man? How do you have time for a quick question? Of course, run it. I really want to learn how to wholesale. Well, Kimberly, well, I'm sorry. Always on top. Okay, 28. All right, so you're in the right place. 500 videos on my YouTube channel. That's 12 years of me spilling my guts. A lot of you have heard me say that, but 2 + 2 is 4. So I'm gonna keep saying the same stuff until it turns into 13 years. All right, so let me see what Instagram is saying. Well, they passed by. The thing is too far for me to reach Instagram, so that's why I can't scroll. Let me see here. Well, getting a lot of credit. People say I'm interested in getting started. You're interested in getting started. You're interested in getting started. All right, it starts with educating yourself. So I give it all away, free, like really. But you got to take the time out to educate yourself. Set yourself a 1 to 2 month goal that you're going to become an expert of this. And you can do that through my videos. 1 to 2 months, I'm going to become an expert. You won't have any, well, you may still have a few credits, but you're going to know what to do. And the first thing you do after you educate yourself is now it's time to get out there and apply that education, right? And it starts with what method or methods am I going to start with generating leads? At the same time, you're going to be building you a cash buyers list. So you're going to be doing both of those at once, right? That's what you do first. Educate yourself, and then, hey, I got to get out there and start trying to find sellers, networking with buyers, see what they want, and meshing those together. That's the name of the game. So that answered everybody's question. I want to get started. So we're 22 minutes in. You can go back to YouTube, show 59, and I'm telling you what you need to do to get started. It's simple. I'm not saying this is easy, but it starts with the easy part, which is educating yourself, especially when it's given away free. You have questions, post them in the comment section of any video, and I answer those on a daily basis. All right. Plus, if you want to ask a question tonight, you ask them in any of these comment places on these different platforms, but you can join us live, like my man just joined us a moment ago, Charles, and ask you a question live on video. You see, we gave him a little more attention because he could go into more detail, layers of his questioning or whatever, and we can offer layers of answers along with it. So I know everybody don't want to be on camera or whatever. So, but I can put my ugly mug on here. You can too. So, let's get it. All right. So what we got here? Get off my soapbox. All right. So my man, James Lloyd said, I'd like to know how to come up with the percentage to get a sale price after the ARV. Flip man, this is Mr. 20. I'll put it on the screen. I'm sorry. This is Mr. 21 years in the Fed. Thanks again for your help.
Wow. Wow. Welcome home. Welcome home.
I was still trying to figure things out.
Good Lord.
That's real, my man. So, you want to go with that? I'll put it back.
The 21 years blinded me. What he said.
They want to know how we come up with the numbers,
the
basically.
Percentages.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess you can. You want to pull up your calculator?
Yeah. I guess that makes sense. You're right. Okay, so hold on. Yeah, see, really what you have to, okay, to simplify, he's basically saying, how do you know if you have a great deal or not? All right, there's a formula, but understand that formula is not set in stone. For me, it's more for definitely for newbies. It helps you to prevent from wasting time on things more than anything, right? So let me share my screen here. All right, so on Dealulator.com, I have this simple calculator, right? Very simple. All right, you see this 70%. Let me make this a little larger, make it a little larger. You see this 70% there. That can be changed to whatever, right? But generally speaking, 70, 65, 60, all of those numbers going to work for most markets, right? Some markets you could get away with the 70, maybe even 75 because they're so hot and the appreciation is so fast. But that's very few markets that are like that. But the mindset you got to have, though, is that you're thinking in the terms of the investor first, the person that the cash buyer or the end buyer, they like to say, is going to buy it. You got to figure out first, why would he be interested in this or that person be interested in this deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
The only reason they're going to be interested because they can make money and normally lots of it, right? So you have to backdoor the deal, right? You have to go from the end of the deal when it's completed. So what the 70% represents is the 30% discount off the ARV. What is the ARV? The ARV, some people get it confused with repair costs. No, it's after repair value or after the property is fixed up. That's what ARV means. What will the house appraise for fixed up after renovations? What will it appraise for? All right, so there's a method to the madness on coming up with that. I'm not going to go through that part of it, but to come up with ARV, I just finished the show number 14. You can go to YouTube and do a search for Flipman Comp Like a Pro, right? And then look at Flipman Comps 101, and we have 14 different episodes to date, right, on those. But also you want to look up Flipman free calculator, and it'll basically break down all of this, show you how to use the comps and everything. So, but now I hope I ain't being too confusing here. But so you start with the 70% of the ARV. So we use $100,000 just to make this simple. All right, I'm gonna put $100,000 in here. All right, so assuming the repair is not $35,000, we'll just say they're $20,000. Right, the repairs are important. And okay, you say, well, how do I know what the repairs are? Right now, there's no. If you send 4 contractors out, they're gonna come back with 4 different bids. You just need a generalization of the repairs, right? So the easy thing you could do is take the square footage and multiply that by $25 per square foot if the property is livable. If it's not livable, $40 per square foot. All right, for the sake of this example, we were saying that the repairs are $20,000. So we took 70% times 100,000, that leaves 70,000. Subtract 20,000 in repairs, that leaves $50,000. That's the actual price or what you would market your deal at with an actual forecast buyer. Now, they may pay less than that amount, but that's where you're going to probably start or maybe a little higher. Now, also on this calculator, you can build in what you think you want to make on the deal. In this example, I put in 10,000. So the blue number here, and a lot of on TikTok and Instagram, you can't see it, but you can go back about 26 minutes into this replay on YouTube and see the example. So that leaves $40,000, right? So that's the actual price that you need with the seller or less. Normally, you're going to try to get it less than that amount. Again, these are just ballpark numbers. It helps you know if you really have an opportunity or not. So hopefully I didn't ramble too much and that actually made some sense. What was my man name? Oh, James. I'm sorry. Yeah, James Lloyd. All right. Everybody is still on TikTok and Instagram. A lot of them talking about to get started. Again, start with educating yourself through my YouTube videos on YouTube. Just do a search for Ask Flip Man and you'll know what to do. Just have a 1 to 2 month goal to educate yourself. And stick around for these every Thursday night because a lot of the same questions get asked, but they're important questions, right? Because they, like I say, 2 + 2 is still 4. So you're going to come up with a lot of the same questions because the process is pretty much the same. All right. So I'm trying to find questions. People just announcing where they're from. All right. All right. Just answer Eric's question. All right, here we go. We'll do this one right here. All right. Tyler Commodore says, does title insurance exclude the buyer from paying existing liens on a property? If not, will the seller profits be used to pay off existing liens or back taxes?
That's a good question. Title insurance do insure you from after you purchase it. See, the key is that attorney really cannot convey title unless they clear all clouds. So technically, when you buy your property, all the clouds should have been cleared, based on all the liens, everything, back taxes, everything should be paid off. So title insurance come in consideration when, if anything, if they didn't miss anything on the title, or if they missed something after selling it and after technically clearing title, that title insurance have the ability to kick in at that moment.
Yeah, and they're responsible for their liens. Is going to come out of the seller's proceeds in most cases. Everything is negotiable. I paid taxes before. I paid toward liens before. Again, it all depends on how much less you're going to make, and you're still going to make the deal work. Sometimes you may just take that hit, not that you're going to walk away from zero, but just a lot less, because you may have just stumbled onto a buyer that you're confident is going to buy over and over again. You just want the deal to work or whatever.
Right.
You know, you're going to make your money in the long term as far as a volume play with this particular cash buyer or whatever. Someone, I can't pronounce their name on TikTok, but why don't you like on market deals?
On market MLS deals?
Yeah.
It's just more complicated. It's just a lot more moving parts to it. It's, you're dealing with a realtor, you're dealing with more, it's just more, I wouldn't say it's more complicated. It just, first and foremost, is public. In the name of the game, in order to really maximize your wholesale fee, you don't really want the price and all that stuff be out there public. So that's one of the reasons why I don't care to try to go after that as far as wholesaling, because if they have it out there for marketing for 50,000 and you have it under contract with them at 50 and you're trying to market it for 60, I don't know a buyer or end buyer that's really going to buy a property without doing some type of due diligence. And they're going to Google that property, and that listing is going to come up, and it's going to be lower than what you have it out there for, and it's just complications come with that. You have to explain more than you need to, so it's easier to go after properties that's not on the market, but they're doable. They're doable.
Somebody on Instagram said they want to join the live. Just go to comps101.com. You'll see the red button there. Yeah, with on market properties, it's possible, but another reason why you don't want to, because an agent is involved, is you just added someone else's financial interest into the deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's simple. You just added their bills into the transaction.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and part of the problem is, for me personally, is that in a lot of cases, agents, if they work with wholesalers, because a lot of times the seller is going to listen to exactly what they say to do. Not that they're trying to hold the seller, whatever. The seller don't, the price that the agent recommend that they sell it for, right? The seller would actually take a lot less or whatever. And I explained this 1,000 times, but I'll do it again. It's a lot different conversation if the agent goes back to the seller and says, hey, I'm obligated to make this offer to you, but they're low ballers. I know we can get better. Okay. Seller's okay, we'll wait. Or they go to him and say, I don't think we're going to get no better than this. You know what I'm saying? And in a lot of cases, like an agent, say the property is listed for $100,000, but you make an offer, you want it at 60, right? If the agent see, normally the way it works for an agent, they rarely list the property and find a buyer for it also. They normally depend on other agents to bring half of the deal to them. I have, the other half to them, which is the buyer's agent, a buyer or whatever. So if, okay, 6% on 100,000 is 6,000, right? So if they split that, that's 3,000 that the agent gets, the listing agent gets. But if they accept your deal at 60 and they keep the entire 6%, that's actually $3,600. They make $600 more. But they just not gonna automatically see that. Right. Even with a $40,000 discount, they still make more if they go through it the normal way they go through it. So you jumping through all of them hurdles that, and once you're trained on wholesaling, in most cases, more than 8 out of 10 agents know about real estate, period. Right. It's because of all the different layers that you got to know to be even do this successfully. Or whatever, they can get trained to follow the law. You know what I'm saying? They get trained to follow the law. That ain't got nothing to do with marketing, talking to buyers and sellers, none of that stuff. You get trained to follow the law. So you get all of that. You're gonna get the laws, the marketing part of it, sellers, buyers. If you're gonna be successful in this wholesale game, so you're gonna know a lot more or whatever. But anyway, so that's hopefully I didn't go too far on why it's possible again. Again, I know everybody want what appears to be the low-hanging fruit, which is the properties that are already advertised online. But trust me, the only reason that you're valuable to a cash buyer, to an investor, is because you found something they couldn't find themselves. And you're in the way with that contract of them making that money. That's why you don't target on market property. You haven't found anything they couldn't find. That doesn't make sense, right?
Makes sense to me. That's it.
Yeah, you're finding something they can't find. I ain't saying they can't find, they didn't find it before you found it. Let me put it like that. Stuff that's already advertised. This is important. See, guys that are in the business, that are buying cash properties, agents are pounding them with listings on a daily basis. All of them have them on their email list. And they ain't doing them sending them the same properties, and it won't even be their listing. You know what I'm saying? They just want the commission on the buyer side of it. Am I wrong, Renika? Am I right? You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely.
Yeah, so you're not finding anything they're not aware of. If you find a lazy,
they're gonna Google. Every end buyer is gonna Google that property.
Exactly.
And if they see it out there for cheaper, it's there's no way they're gonna buy it for higher because you have a contract.
That's it. So anyway, hopefully that made sense. I couldn't pronounce your handle there, but okay, this is for you, Renika, off of TikTok also. Is there a way to fix is there a way to fix and flip with not so good credit?
Yeah, we can go down to like a 640, 660 at the max. So that's probably the lowest, but if you don't have good credit, I would just focus on maybe getting a credit partner, someone who has better credit that you can bring in as a credit partner who will be able to kind of guarantee the loan for you. All of our loans at least are non-recourse. So it doesn't go into the personal name. Even if you get foreclosed on, we're just going to take it. It doesn't go, we don't go after you to do it or anything of that nature. So, if you want to jumpstart and you have bad credit, I'll focus on getting maybe a credit partner.
Oh yeah, the queen has arrived. That's well,
You've been holding it down though, Ty. You've been doing
it. Oh boy, that's funny. Someone asked, can I use your one-page contract in my state? Yeah, you can use it anywhere. Anywhere. All right. Someone says, Eric, he said he stumbled on the channel back in a couple of months ago. He wants his first sale in November. Okay, you got to take action, Eric. You got to get it in the motion. What crap was it? So we're going to answer this question. All right. What criteria would you use for looking for a virtual market right now?
Um,
I'm not sure what that
that's
means.
kind of difficult. But if I'll just look for hot pocket markets. These are just hot metropolitan areas. The ones that are thriving, the ones that you hear about, people are moving there and the city is thriving and the jobs is there. People are gonna follow the money, they're gonna follow the jobs. It's not hard to research, the top 10 cities in America, top 10 states in the United States. So I'll focus on that. Focus on areas that are just thriving and jobs is there and the city are people are building up and gentrifying the cities.
All right, we got a live right here. Hey, John, hey, John. Hey, I got you. I caught you.
All right. I
What's
had
up,
the Instagram up. Hold on, Flip.
All right.
There you got the key. All right. So how you guys doing tonight?
Super tight.
Good. I just needed like some type of guidance with this property as being a newbie. Me and my girlfriend, we're trying to comp this property, and we got a verbal agreement with the owner. And I'm just like excited and then nervous. So it's like whatever guidance y'all got or opinion y'all got will help.
What's the number?
Oh, we need a little more info. We need some numbers.
We got a deal? We got a good deal? What's the number?
So like the property is 206 South Yale. I'm not sure if y'all look it up or whatever, but I feel like the ARV as a newbie is like 140. I got a verbal agreement with her for 55. And then the property, I feel like it'll need, she says 15, but I feel like it'll need like 20 or 25.
Oh, that's a deal, man. So what's the hold up? What's the problem?
All you gotta do is market.
That's the thing. My ARV may be off. I feel like it may not be 140. She was saying they sell around 125, 120, and as a newbie, I'm just like,
go with that.
The only way we could fix that is you would have to give out the address. I don't know if you want to do that.
Yeah, no, go ahead. I ain't worried. It's 206.
Hold on then. Hold on then, sir.
All right, cool. I'm all excited, Flip.
Yeah.
Where are you located?
What was it?
Where are you located?
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Okay. All right. All right. Hold on. All right. So what's the address?
206 South Yale Avenue, 74012.
206 South Yale.
Correct. 74012. This is good. So now I can watch this video over after the live is done, man.
That's right.
Yeah. We're 43 minutes in.
Okay, good deal.
All right. So we're in here. If you don't know, Dealer at AK Prop Stream is where we are. Let me take us off the screen.
And I have 4 comps that I'm not sure if they're completely accurate, but that's what I've used to get my ARV, and I can give you those addresses if you want those.
Oh, I can do better than that. Let me show you right now.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. All right, so what I'm gonna do is draw a boundary, so I won't cross that major highway there. You got a lot of good comps. You got a lot of comps in here. I hope they match up, which they should. Okay, so your house was built in 1940. So I'm gonna do from low to high on the years. So I'll scroll down here. We can go down to 1935 up to 1945. But we actually have some 1940s exact, so we'll stick with those.
Okay.
The lot square footage is 7405. So I have one right here, 69. That was at 90,000. Another one here, 10,000, 67,000. That was a cash deal. We got another one here, 75.5. Then we have one right here that's 128. All right. We got one here, 145, 1942. The lot is a little bigger. House just a little bigger. We got another one here, 165. Okay, now we're getting outside of the years. Okay, so this is interesting. All right, so
then the smaller, I mean, the cheaper ones are probably as is sales.
yeah, we're gonna look at this. We're gonna look at this one for 128, see if that was a rehab.
Okay, and I was told to go for the highest sold. That's why I narrowed it down to those four that I have, but I don't even see them on there.
Go with the average, though.
Yeah, this was looks like this was a somewhat renovated house here. Let me show y'all this one. All right. All right, so this is the one I'm looking at. So this is the one that sold for 128.5. It's very similar in square footage and everything. So that's a renovated house, isn't it, Renique?
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, so that's your comp. That's your comp right there then. That's it.
She's right. 120, 125, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
See, as a newbie, I wouldn't even. I mean, I learned this stuff over time, but as a newbie, I thought it was like 140 because of the other comps that I had.
Well, that's a 2-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard it's 1,200 square foot. So I'm not sure. That's a major
What's
factor.
that 140? Could you pull up the 140? Did they make it a 2-2 or a 3-2 or something?
All right, let me see here. Where is it? Right here.
I thought there was a comp for like 140.
Yeah, there it is right there. Huh? Okay, yeah. All right, I'll change that. Okay. Where did I go with it?
Man, I sure appreciate you guys, man, for real.
No problem.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna pull that one up for you guys. Okay, that's a good renovation too. Oh wow.
Yeah, so that's that price difference of that 15 grand.
Yeah, that's I believe it, Nikki. Let me see. Look at this one. Look at this rehab.
Oh, and that's the way a 3-2. I figured. And nice, yeah. They made it bigger. The renovations, the upgrades is there.
Oh yeah, that's a serious renovation there. So.
Yeah, so you would do better going with 128, right? Unless you're gonna add the extra.
If you add to the footage, yeah. What's that? 1,300? What's this property?
Yeah, and his property was 1,203. So it's just 100. It's just 100 more square feet. You might get that some kind of way, or whatever.
That's a 3-2 too.
I probably
so you have to add a bedroom and a bath to really compete with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we'll just stick with that 125, 128 range or whatever. What I would go with.
But he got it on the contract for 55 with repairs.
Nope.
Still a deal?
It's a verbal agreement.
Verbal?
It says a verbal agreement. It says a verbal agreement.
And you said the repair is about 25?
Yeah,
As
just so
we
can see the numbers. So you said we'll say 128. Hold on, y'all don't see that. Hold on. All right, so now you see it.
Okay, so this is dealulator.com where the plug and chug dealulator calculator is it a deal. So ARV 128, repairs at about 20 grand. MAO turns out to be 69.6. Maximum price as a wholesaler is 59. So if you get it 55,
yeah, you should be in there.
You're in the door.
Yeah, you should be in there.
That's for 25,000. Renovation.
20. He said, we'll do 25. So yeah, so 25. He right there then.
Right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can get a little cheaper, you know. Hey.
I was going for 40, 45 on them.
Now I know what you mean. It's all about the mouthpiece, and then just making them feel comfortable and doing the right thing. So I know what you mean.
All right, my man.
Okay, I sure appreciate you guys, though, man. I just needed somebody's opinion and guidance on that. Being a newbie, man, it's life changing with this whole industry. So it's just like, man, it's like you keep on your toes when you want to learn about it.
Oh yeah, that's what's up, man. You out there taking action. That's the main thing, man. Love
Yes.
it.
So I appreciate you guys, man. Yeah, I'm tuning in for the show, and I'm listening and learning.
All right, that's what's up, man.
All right, thank
All right,
you.
y'all have a good one.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, we got Justin up next. All right. Oh, you got it. My bad.
Good.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey, how you doing, Justin? Where you calling from?
I'm from Virginia Beach, Virginia.
All right, Virginia Beach. Thank you for joining us. Glad to have you on. So what's your question tonight?
Thank y'all for adding me. But okay, my question is this. Well, okay, so I got my first deal last month, $6,000, you know, in the last month. And I'm trying to find out how do you avoid like people that daisy chain? Like, you know, I'm thankful that I got my deal, of course, but I'm thinking I'm dealing with a cash buyer, you know, and then when I get the HUD, you know, it's like 2 assignment fees up there. You know, I got 6,000. The man I'm thinking is the cash buyer. He got 8. Like I said, I'm not mad, or I wasn't mad or anything, but I'm like, oh, I could have got 14. You know, I'm thinking I'm dealing with a real cash buyer, but I'm not. You know, I know, Ty, you always say pigs get fed, hogs get slaughtered. So you know what I'm saying. I'm thankful for the bread, but I'm just saying, how do you? Is there a way you can identify? Because he told me he's a cash buyer. That's
right.
all.
Right. How quick did he close?
Oh, not quick. I mean, I put it under contract July 8th. It didn't close until August. I got the check August, 28th, 26th, something like that.
He shopped that. He shopped that for about 30 days.
Yeah, I had to go to the seller and, you know, ask for more time. My man gave
But
me.
honestly, it's really having those conversations up front. A lot of times, you know, it's almost like when you know we doing the same thing. Let's just talk about it. Hey, I'm about to wholesale it. You wholesaling it. So let's just, you know, maybe
let's get this money.
whatever we come up with, we can split it.
Yeah,
Or, you know, anything on top of that is yours. You know, you all have those conversations. You know, I know every time Todd texts me something, he's like, hey, I got it for this. Anything on top, we can split it. So at the end of the day, sometimes it's just having that honest conversation where, you know, of course I'll chest out like, yeah, you know, I'm the cash buyer. But at the end of the day, you know, sometimes you just have that honest conversation. Say, hey, I'm a wholesaler. I got an end buyer for it. You wholesaling it. You know, and having that just conversation up front. You even if you have that conversation and you split 14, you probably got $1,000 more, whatever the case may be. So sometimes it's easier to say, hey, anything on top of this is yours, and or whatever the case may be. But you know, you can sometimes identify a cash buyer too by how quick they can close. You know, someone can close in about 7 days. They don't need a due diligence period. They're ready to go.
Well,
you know, that's a real cash buyer sometimes. What do you say, Tom?
Well, the question is, how long did you give him on the contract?
Well, I got it under contract was July 8th, and I was supposed to close on it August 8th.
No. I'm saying that you gave the buyer, the wholesaler to August 8th.
Oh no! I gave him till what did I give him till? I can't even remember, but it was whatever you said in that video. That's what I put down when you filled out
about 10 days or so. 10 days,
something like that.
So what excuses was he giving you?
He was saying the title company, the title company.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
It's held up.
Oh, that's a good one.
And he kept
lying. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
He kept telling me that. Then I called the title company because this is my first time doing it. So I called the title company. I went with his title company. I called him, and they're like, "Oh, what contract? It's not even in."
Not wet contract.
Yeah, then I gotta call him back. He said, "Oh no, it's it was like a whole bunch of stuff. But
That's when you know you're dealing with a wholesaler, right there.
yeah, something told me, I'm like, man, this is fishy. I didn't think the deal was going to go through, at one point, but
Right.
it all ended up
But he
working
still got
out.
it done, though. You got to give him his props
Yeah,
for still getting it
yeah,
done.
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
he came through in the clutch.
Yeah, I got to give
But
Well,
him
some
did
that.
you meet
people
the,
drag you for 30 days and still can't get it done.
yeah,
So
did you meet the buyer?
No, I never meet, because I didn't even have to like sign anything with the title company or anything.
So you
I
didn't
thought
see the HUD?
yeah, I got the HUD,
Well, you
but it
got
was
the
some
buyer then.
company. It was some company, like LLC.
right.
I
Well, you
forgot
got
the
the
name.
buyer then. Just call up then and ask the title company, hey, I didn't get the buyer's information on this, and they'll probably give it to you.
Okay.
That's how you handle that.
Yeah, because I got the HUD. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
All
All
right.
right, well, Justin,
I appreciate that, y'all.
thank you for
Well,
calling
good.
in.
Congratulations. It still was a good one, though. Still was a good one.
Yeah. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, go get some more on your belt. Have a good night.
All right, y'all too.
They said wet contract. I've been there. That's why it's funny. That's why it's funny. I've been there.
Okay, so hey guys, hi. This is Adrian here. I am very, very late, but glad to be a part of the show this Thursday. We need to stop laughing at me.
At 56 minutes.
I am casually and fashionably late. So yeah, I'm gonna start at the bottom here. Thank you all again for joining. It seems as if our man there that just was on live had a good problem, a really good problem. He still turned it into a $6,000 payday. So the $14,000 most definitely would have been great. But come on, guys, as Ty always says, what's half of zero? Nothing. So
Nothing.
So John Dow, I'm not even sure where you started, left off, but I'm just gonna jump right in here. So John Dow wants to know, what is your best method for finding motivated sellers right now? I guess in the climate of, the weather, we got COVID still happening. So what's the best method for finding motivated sellers? Text, direct mail. What are going to be those? Your 1, 2, 3.
Text right now.
Text. Okay. That's it.
He asked me what's number one.
I said I said 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
Text. You can do text to flip.com. Next.
Cold calling is good. Inexpensive. It's tedious.
Mm-hmm.
Got to be gator about it.
And 3.
Bandit signs,
3 bandit
I was
signs
gonna
are
say that. So
all right, always bandit signs. Okay, shout out to those. Hey, Renetta, I see you joined us. Miss Maria, Jatali, Michael H, Brian, Derek. Let's see here. Stephen, Rita, Gregory. Oh, hey y'all. Oh my gosh, y'all are pretty consistent about joining us every week. Love that. Okay, so let's hop into the next question. Fat Boy Fresh says he's closing on a property tomorrow in East Point. What would you do to remarket it and get the highest and best offer, on market or off market?
Oh, well, he closed on it, and he want to wholesale it.
Well,
Or
he said
wholesale it.
on it tomorrow. So this sounds more like he's going to try to flip it, right?
Yeah.
What are
you want to wholesale it, or you want to fix and flip it?
Okay, so
Fat Boy wholesale it.
Yeah, give us a little bit more details. Other than he did say it's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1996 square feet, but that's pretty much it. So what is your end game there? Big Boy Music, if there's something owed on a mortgage, how would the wholesaling deal go? Does it get added to the sales price? So I guess just common knowledge. If there is an outstanding mortgage, or taxes or liens, that's what we add onto the contract there. That has to be covered
first.
As That has to be included in the price that you are pitching to the buyer, correct?
Yeah. So that's stuff, the mortgage and everything has to get paid off first, and then anything left is your profit. So it's good to know. And it's good to ask the seller maybe if they do have a outstanding mortgage on the property, so you know that you're putting pricing your numbers right. Sometimes you do get hit, at the closing table, and it did come up in conversations, but that's a very important piece because you can't sell it for you can't try to sell it for less than what they owe on the mortgage. That's a short sale at that point.
Okay. So we just answered what were some great ways to get leads or to find motivated sellers. So Ty mentioned texting right now would be a great option. You do have the text-to-flip.com, direct mail, which would be mail-to-flip.com. Cold calling, getting a list and weeding those out, and skip trace and getting some numbers and calling. But he also mentioned bandit signs are always great. Lewis Gordon wants to know what's a good strategy as far as bandit sign placement. And we haven't done this in a while, Lewis, but there are several videos that Ty has that are available to you about exactly that, where to place the bandit signs, how to place them using the zip tie method. So Ty, correct?
Yeah, video you can watch is Ride Along with the Flip Man bandit signs. I'm gonna read this message on Instagram. Dream Chasing Chris says, "I need a." He's asking, will he need a laptop or a PC to start? Well, no, you don't. It'll help, but smartphones can do so much or whatever. But after that first deal, you definitely want to get one or whatever. You need the device up for sure. If you're serious about this. Or whatever.
Running a business.
You're running a business.
Yeah. So just think about it. I mean, it doesn't mean that you need to get office space or anything like that. You might want to have a designated area in your home for this, but PC, laptop will most definitely benefit you for those spreadsheets or CRM services that you're using. But Ty's right. These phones nowadays, they're, PCs in your pocket. You can do a lot, schedule your appointments, take your notes. You have your phone services generated through your actual phone service, which is Bumble or Google Voice or something like that. You have your reminders, you have your notes that you can take. So a good phone could suffice. But yeah, naturally, when you're talking about the emails and the communications and stuff like that, you might want to invest in that PC. Ax Dez on Instagram, want to give you a shout out. You said you just found us, but you're rocking with the school. Appreciate it. That's great. Pretty Sean, I see you as well. Just go ahead and post your questions there. So AKGT is a newbie out of Chicago and wants to know, should I partner with a broker in my area or focus on another state like Indiana, because I'm in Indianapolis every weekend? So we mention it over and over. And if you're not new to this wholesaling game, or if you're new, Illinois, it's a little bit of it's a little harder. I'm not going to say it can't be done. It most definitely can. You just have to be creative in your methods to wholesale in Illinois. So he wants to know, should he jump over to Indiana instead?
It's really a personal preference. It's really a personal preference. I'll focus on the area that, is in my backyard. I think is probably the most low hanging fruit, or, the best, closest metropolitan area that there's a lot of activity in. But you always just want to place yourself in a position to win, so in some areas, it's just your odds of winning is a lot less than in other areas. So, I think it's easier for me to place myself and be, a fish in a big pond. So it's easier for me to catch more fish than to try to swim in a pond where, it's limited. So I'll focus on areas that just have a lot of activity, regardless if it's Indiana and Indianapolis, or Chicago, whatever the case may be. focus on areas that you can win in. Focus on area that has a lot of activity that you can put yourself in a win-win position.
All right. Hopefully that answers your question there. Pretty Sean on Instagram and Dream Chasing Chris said, thank you for answering that question. He's ready to start. But Pretty Sean says, I found a terrible property in a nice neighborhood, but I think it's too much of an asking price compared to the other properties in the neighborhood on top of it needing renovations. So
you can join us live by going to comps101.com.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll put you on like we did with Justin and Charles.
I just put that in the little chat box. I got this, boss.
Oh, okay.
Sean's question, though.
What are the numbers? What are the numbers?
Okay, Sean, there you go. Give us some numbers there if you like. And as Ty just mentioned, go to comps101.com to join us live where you can ask your own question. Since obviously I ain't reading fast enough, I'm just saying. And you can ask your own question and the beautiful Miss Renikia will answer them for you. Nestro504, I see you on Instagram as well. You say you're about to dive in and start flipping. Glad I found you, Flip Man. Thanks for all you do, King. I know, guys, we're here every Thursday. I might not be, but Ty's only here every Thursday. He answers your questions in regards to wholesaling with little to no cash or credit. You have the Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. These videos are posted moments after we're done. You can continue asking your questions. You have the Wholesaling Real Estate with the Flip Man Facebook group. And Ty is normally readily available, but everything you need is in those 500 plus videos that are available on YouTube. So if this is your thing and you want to start today, not one day, not tomorrow, then I advise each and every one of you to dive into that. Carrie Mack has a question that's normally asked weekly, but is the process with wholesaling land the same as wholesaling houses?
The process is the same. The valuation could be different.
Okay. So, yeah, ultimately, you're just going to have a little bit more to consider. Comps maybe are a little bit different to determine. But, yeah, if there's a need or a market for land, if you find someone, then absolutely. Now, Pretty Sean came back with some numbers for us. She said 479K is the asking price, and the ARVs in the neighborhood are around 549.
And she said it needs rehab work.
Yeah, she said it does need rehab.
What was it? ARV what?
ARV is 549.
And the price was
479.
Oh,
well,
no.
you might as well say 480.
No.
None of that room there.
And what all in price have to be 380.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All in rehab plus purchase.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, just word of encouragement. You gotta stop getting hung up on that first responder. You know, that first response that you get, the first seller, the seller that responds is always a motivated seller. So don't try to make it work. If it doesn't make sense, the numbers don't make sense. They don't make sense. Keep moving. You'll rack up all your time in that one individual, and you've wasted time and no deal.
The numbers can keep you from wasting time.
Yeah.
Take the emotion out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know you get happy just because someone say, "Hey, I'll sell you my house." Okay, that's a starting point. You know what I'm saying? What's your level of motivation to sell? You know, and that's determined on that price that they're gonna give you or whatever. So, yeah, but I know you get happy. Somebody, you know,
actually calls you back or responds to your message, and man.
Remember these?
Here we go. How many
Remember
words?
these 5 words? I think it's 5. Most won't, but enough will.
Most won't. But
most won't.
That
Meaning you talk to 100 people, 97 won't, 3 will. Well, that 3 makes 25 grand. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I like them numbers.
Yeah, Pretty Sean, cross them out. Yeah, cross them out. Nastro, you're right. I was just in that area maybe last month myself in the Madison area, actually, and in Gunnersville. There's a lot of empty buildings and office space here in Huntsville, Alabama. A lot. Yeah, that's an up and coming area. A lot of corporations moving that way. It is still, you know, you have 2 universities there. But yes, the outskirts, the surrounding areas, absolutely. I would tap into that market there, Nastro, most definitely. Now we do have David and we have Zach. Zach, I saw your face there. When I see you show your face again versus your profile pic, I'll go ahead and load you up, as well as David. I see you both idling there to join us live. That way you can answer. We can answer your question there. So let's see here. No. Let's see here. Nellie Lee, thanks everyone for real good information, good questions and answers. I'm always blessed. More than welcome. Thank you for joining us here. So Demetrius Baynard wants to know, does it make sense to get your contractors through Home Advisor? Doesn't matter where.
Contractors do make or break you. You know, I never got a contract through Home Advisor, so I can't speak to that. But I can speak to the fact that contractors do make or break your deal. So it's very important that you have a great relationship with your contractors, or just have a great relationship with as many contractors as possible, so you never hung up on one, or you don't put all your apples in one basket. They drop the ball, they stop coming, you're in the middle of your deal, so I always recommend to keep 4 or 5 contractors on standby. Obviously, maybe home advisors may have a good vetting process for contractors. Feel free to use them. But at the end of the day, all of them are human, and they will make or break you. So just have a few of them that you can put them in and out the game if need be, so no one is overly have that much control and power of your deal, because contractors they have that much control and power of your deal. You're not out there hammering. They can come in there one night and knock everything down, and whatever the case may be, they have a lot of control and power of your deal. So it's very important to have a good contracting team.
All right, there you have it. Zach, I see you, and welcome to the live show with us. Zach, how are you doing tonight? Uh-oh. Hey, Zach.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Nothing much.
What's happening, Playboy?
Is it skipping a little bit? Right now, from North Carolina.
Okay. Well, welcome. What's your question tonight?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I had submitted a property just to kind of see if I'm in the range, as far as the ARV. Yeah.
Okay.
And you want me to type in the address?
Yeah.
Now, I don't want you to think I disregarded everything that you said about MLS. So I don't want you, when I give you this, I don't want you to think I disregarded everything that you said. It's just something I had earlier, and then I was like,
"Hey, this is for training purposes only."
Zach, giving a disclaimer.
Yeah, because you was going here like, this is why I don't. Yeah. A little bit of grace, a little bit.
Don't worry, I got the ivory soapbox. He can't get on it.
Okay, so let me go ahead and.
I'm ready.
There you go. Hey, that's all right. Yeah, you want me to type in that on there, or did you already find it on
Type it into the private chat. I have it here.
No, you don't. Oh, you don't want us. You don't want them to see it.
Wait. Oh no, I mean, it's on MLS anyway. So
okay, yeah, okay. What is it?
It's on Zillow anyway. So I don't know.
Go ahead.
Okay. So you ready?
Oh yeah.
All right. It's gonna be 322 South Church Street, Salisbury, North Carolina.
What's the zip?
28144. 28144.
All right, let me share my screen here.
Salisbury.
Salisbury Steak. And then what? Ain't that a thing?
That's not the same thing.
Exactly.
That's right.
All right. So yeah, it is listed on MLS.
Ooh.
But no, I'm just tripping. Let's see here. So y'all can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we got 6 comps here.
Yeah.
And we're gonna draw them. So that's gonna reduce it. We're gonna draw the boundary here to stay beyond this main street. All right. Search. Okay. All right. So year built 1920. So we got a 1918, 1919. Those will fit.
Wait, is that right? It's on MLS for 10 grand.
Yeah. Something wrong
Something
here.
wrong.
Something wrong here. But anyway. So so the lot is 11,543. You can hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're good. Okay. All right. So wow, man, this is interesting here, Renika. You see it?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I see what's going on.
Yeah, we okay, so you got 283,500, and then we got 274,000. You know, these some good comps, man.
How much you bought it? How much you picking it up for?
It's on MLS for 10,000.
Oh, MLS for 10,000.
Yeah,
how much the rehab is?
Huh?
How much is the rehab?
Now the property is 3,400 square feet now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an older property. So
Ooh, that's nice.
let's look at it. Y'all can see it, right? Okay. Look like it's already.
You sure that's on MLS for 10,000? Listen.
Hold on, let me see.
100,000.
Oh, Adrian, where you get 10,000 from, Adrian?
He said it right there on the screen. Public record. 10,000. The last price.
Oh, it's on the market for 205.
Oh.
I was like, whoa.
Listen to me. We all looking at it.
There's no way anyone giving away property like that.
He tripping.
That 10,000.
Hold on a second. Let me double check it on Zillow here. Hey, got me questioning the process. Yeah, it's on the market for 205. Yeah,
I was moving tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, so what's your question, Playboy? What's the ARV? So we're gonna say it's right about 280. Huh? So what?
Okay. There's and now when it came to the there's another one I seen in the vicinity for like 284, and I know how you talk about staying in within those yellow lines on prop stream. So I don't know if you want to see if you notice that one as well, but that's kind of the one I kind of used to range it.
Yes, you're right.
70% of 284 is 198. So your all in must be within 198. That's your purchase and your rehab, and they're asking to what? 201, 205?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Right. You said that you saw that you said
yeah, the one that
284 is on there.
The one that's 284 is that's cool.
And now
we're so close at 281, 283. It's right there. It's no big deal about that extra 4,000, 2,000.
So yeah, 280.
Because for that,
so you're all in at 196. 70% of 280 is 196.
Okay.
So that should be your purchase and your rehab.
I know on the MLS it was talking about how. Okay.
Hmm?
Now with the when it was saying on Zillow, it was talking about as needed a touch of love. Just some touch of care or something like that.
Yeah.
Verbiage.
Yeah, so that house
so DLC.
Yeah, so that house it looks pretty good, but it's 30 almost 3,500 square feet. TLC on that house will still be 40.
Right. Yeah, 40, 50 easy.
because it's just so big, and then it's so old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You're gonna find some issues once you start getting in there doing that kind of stuff. You know, unless they just really have taken good care of it over the years, obviously.
Right.
But generally speaking, though, so you're gonna have to probably get it. You know, if you were gonna try to wholesale that, if they would take around 130, 140 or whatever, you should be cool or whatever. So
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Did I answer
Thank
your
you all so
questions,
much.
Zach?
And hopefully y'all take care.
all right.
You too.
You did, sir.
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right. Thank you, sir.
you. Bye, Zach. All right. Hey, David. David, thank you for joining us. Can you
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. First off, let me tell y'all a story about persistence. Okay, so
Okay,
I saw y'all on. I'm first off in Birmingham, Alabama, so I already knew what the group was, what was going on today, right? So I hopped on Instagram, right? Typing in, how do I tap in? Somebody was like, go on the page. It's a number. In fact, I think I called y'all midstream and got sent straight.
Oh, that was
to
you calling
voicemail.
my phone?
It might have been.
A
And if it
583
was,
number?
yeah, 538. Yes, that's
538,
me.
yeah, 538, yeah.
And so I apologize. And so I went to another thing in the highlights. It was a number there. No, I'm like, yo, and so I'm like, okay.
What
look,
are you
I
in?
went to the
What are you
Facebook
in,
Live. I went to the Instagram Live, the YouTube Live, but we here though. We are here, like you said.
Exactly.
Okay, so I have a question. So I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, right? And so my question is, I have these two houses that's like right next to each other, right?
Part of town.
And so, west side, by Green Acres.
Okay.
Okay, and so these two houses on, and so my question is like, I got the ARV situated and I got the wholesaler amount, but I kind of need a little bit of guidance about, like, is it right? I guess that's what I'm asking. Is it right? And so, do you mind if
let me ask you this?
Mhm.
That's what is that? 35211 or 35221?
35221, if I'm not mistaken, kind of around midfield. So I want to say 35.
Oh, well, that may be 352 Okay, so it's two different addresses, not one house. It's not two houses on one lot. It's two different addresses.
It's two different addresses.
Okay. All right. So over there, if it's well, I know exactly where it is. Over there, are they livable?
When you say they got a roof, when you say roof,
that can be livable. Can be
livable.
They got a roof.
Well, I've known people that lived there before, and so they moved out, but it's vacant. You know, high grass. Like what he said earlier, needs some TLC, but they are livable.
Okay, so over there, generally, Green, that's a pretty decent part of that area. You're going to normally have to get those 15 or less, and over there, maybe push it towards 20, depending on the condition. It's a desirable area. They don't come up for sale a lot over there, even though it's a D plus area, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Nah, so perfect sense.
D plus. I can't say it's a C. It's a D plus. It's a D plus. All right. So Green Acre folks, don't kill me. I'm just business or whatever.
It's real.
So
they know. It is what it is.
Yeah, you're right. They do know. So anyway, so yeah, 15, 20, it's going to be your number, and you make a wholesale it out in the low 20s or whatever. So cheaper the better. Now they need a lot of work. Now you need to get those 10 or less.
So, cause like I'm pushing for maybe 8,000, right? For like me getting back 8,000.
Have you ever discussed the price with you?
No. So right now I just draw for dollars.
Okay. You hadn't talked to anyone anything yet?
Not yet. Okay, so I want to make sure everything was straight on the back end first. And so, I already know, what I want to get from it. But I'm like,
try to get them for less than 10. I got an Asian dude just buying up everything in the hood. So try to get them for less than 10, and you know you ain't got to deal with me, but whatever. And we could probably do some business or whatever. But regardless, try to get them under 10.
Okay, and one more question. The class, how much does that? Well, since I'm here, how much does that cost?
Just text me. I just put that out there because there's a change. It will change.
Gotcha.
Time
Gotcha.
goes
Gotcha.
And as you said, no.
Yeah, no, I understand. Right. And so that number that I called in the middle of the session, is that to be the one that I text?
No.
Yeah, no. The 205-492-3425. The first
205-492-3425. Y'all will be hearing more stories about persistence in the future, but I thank y'all so much. All right, y'all have a good night.
So you just found this tonight, or you just
I was just trying. This is when I tapped in with y'all tonight, but I've been finding these houses maybe like a week or so.
No. I'm talking about you just found out about my stuff tonight, or you already were aware of it.
I was already hooked. Like I've been studying your videos and trying to link up with y'all for a minute now. So yeah, I've been hooked.
Okay, David West. Okay, I remember your name. Just reference this, right here. I remember that.
Yes, sir. All right, y'all have a good night. All right.
I remember.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. If David didn't give us the comic relief of the night, is it livable? You mean, does it have a roof?
That's the new definition.
That's the new definition.
That's real. That's real. Does it have a roof?
Does it have a roof, man? What's up? That's what's up.
Love it. Persistency is key in this business, team. You just have to say consistently. We say it every week. Consistently educate yourself and educate yourself consistently, and don't expect for that first deal to be on that first call that you get. Don't expect for that first deal to be on that first house that you drive by or any of that. So that is most definitely not how this thing here works. But it is a lucrative business. To say anything less than that would just be a lie. It is. We mentioned it. Every billionaire, millionaire that you know of, if you look at their portfolio, somewhere in there is real estate. Investing in real estate is one of those necessities of life, along with water, food. Shelter is one. You have to have shelter to survive.
Oh yeah, one of the first things I ever learned in this business: every house is a step up for someone. If you don't believe that, go to any downtown of any decent sized city. Homeless people, you find the worst house in that city, and get the deed to it, hand it to them. They will be glad to take it, because wherever you live right now, for some people, it's going to be like the Taj Mahal, but for a lot of people, it won't be good enough.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So the checks still spend the same is the point that I'm making.
Mm-hmm. So what I was gonna get there, taking my spit. Okay, so Renikia, Nellie wants to know, are you still able to get funding for your clients? She wanted to start back in March to leverage or receive business credit. So a lot of our users, subscribers, listeners may not be aware that in addition to real estate, you also own a finance company where you assist with the next chill out. You got the next step of business if they are interested in buying and holding or anything like that. So we do have fundmynextdeal.com, but what do they expect? What should they expect when they go to fundmynextdeal.com? What information should they already have in hand? And what services is your company able to provide? Ooh. Oh, I can't hear you, Rennie.
We can't hear you.
There she go.
You back in business?
Yes.
We can hear you now.
You hear me?
Yep, we hear you.
Okay. So first and foremost, I just want to thank, as always, Ty for having me a part of the show. But, as we always do, we teach about absolutely buying and selling with little to any money. But it takes, it is business. It's real business. And it takes money to make money. And sometimes it takes money to get to the next level. So what we do is provide you creative ways and creative financing options and strategies for you to finance your next deal. Provide some marketing dollars to really jumpstart your wholesale deal. But if you want to leverage your credit, just go to fundmynextdeal.com. On this website, you're going to find our unsecured funding programs, our real estate funding programs. As you know, we're a direct lender for fix and flip, buy and hold, new construction as well. And we can fund those deals within 14 to 21 days. But a lot of that information is on our website. Just go to fundmynextdeal.com. If you have a deal or anything you want to talk to me directly, just email me at funding@fkfinancials.com. And of course, Facebook and Instagram, as you see on the screen.
All right, there you have it. Demond Brown, thank you. It is another great show. Renata, you say you wish you can get anything for $8,000 in Atlanta. Well, you can get something.
Right. We passed that.
Yeah. Come
Exactly.
Yeah, we got you. But thank you all for joining us tonight. As always, we'll be here next Thursday. Continue asking those questions in the comment section. We will most definitely, Ty will most definitely try his best to get there. We'll be here next week, Lord willing. To any of our listeners, subscribers, viewers that are in that coastal area, Penn, Alabama, Florida area, hoping that you all are safe and covered, and our prayers and wishes go out to you and to each and every one of you. Just continue to stay safe. I mean, everything is changing by the day here. 2020 is almost over, but it's old funky. Never mind. Okay, yeah. So hopefully 2021 brings us something better. But just until this year is out, still hustle, still grind, binge, grind, stack on those videos. And just to let you know, it's 10.6 seconds left in the Miami Heat versus, who they playing?
Boston Celtics.
The score is 104-101. Miami leads the series 1-0 in the East Finals, 8.4 seconds. And we'll see you on the flip side.
Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Yeah, that.